Okay, it is 6:30, so we'll get started. I'll call to order the work session for July 14th for the Tenino City Council. We got quite a list of things. We don't have a lot of action items during our regular meeting, but a lot of updates for you. The first one, let's do, you want to, Mr. McIver, you want to do your report so you can get on with your, yeah?
Sure. Good evening. So a little bit of update on things that happened in June of 2026. We're always a little bit, a month behind, if you will. There might also be some questions about some things that have happened here in the first week of July that we are working on. And to get to that first, I don't know, maybe you guys have heard that the Napa got broken into on the 4th of July. Funny in not a funny way, but the same window that was broken into years ago, I don't know if you've driven by the Napa on the backside, they had a big, huge green bush on the backside of that. Well, that green bush is perfect for blocking anybody crawling through that little tiny window that was behind it. Years ago, we had a burglary there. Same thing, it was broken out, and somebody went inside, and this time they actually removed the entire window and crawled in there, and then damaged and unplugged all the video surveillance equipment prior to stealing some tools and whatnot inside there. So, wow. I mean, I was only a detective for a long, long time, and it sounds like maybe somebody knew exactly what they were doing. So we're working that the best we can. Unfortunately, it damaged all of the video surveillance equipment, so we can't even get any information off the hard drive. But if you see anybody running around with a bunch,
need to cut down the bush.
well, I'm here to tell you the next day when I drove by, there is no bush there anymore. So, those things kind of have a tendency to get overlooked, and before you know it, the bush is too big to deal with. So that's basically the only thing of note so far in July. In June of 2026, we did have almost 38 more calls for service in the city than we did in May. Now, when I give you those numbers, that's the total number of incidents within the city of Tenino, meaning we're doing our own traffic stops or increasing talking to people or doing area checks, whatnot. So the number in itself might seem maybe startling. Oh no, 38 more things have happened in the city, but those could be just general things that guys and gals on patrol are doing. Oh, something looks suspicious, they check it out, so on and so forth. So as far as calls for service, actual case numbers drawn for the city in June, it was only 3 more than it was in May. We had a larger number of domestic disturbances in town. So, a few more people fighting. And that generally happens during the summertime as well. I probably explained that last time. The numbers always get bigger everywhere in the county when the heat kicks up and the alcohol seems to flow a little easier and the nights get longer, and it allows for, a little bit more time for things to fester throughout the day. So other than that, there weren't a great deal of calls of note for June. Like I said, we did have an uptick in domestics here, 1 collision in town, no burglaries in June, and more traffic stops were conducted than the month previous. So I would say there's nothing of note to provide you as far as incidents that are taking place that are reoccurring incidents. I know we've been having a bit of an issue with some kids on electric, these e-bikes cruising around town, like a little gang of e-bike kids running around. I've talked to them a couple of times and expressed to them and some of their parents that it's probably a good idea to keep those things. I'm all for the kids being the kids, but when you're riding through people's private property or damaging flower beds, yeah. Yeah, and those things are quick, and so those kids are having a good time, and they don't understand the repercussions of that. So we have talked to some parents as well to try to curb that as best we can. So we will stay on that if that continues to happen. I don't know that it's been happening as much. It seems like
I haven't seen them in the last couple of days. I haven't noticed any.
Yeah, I would say that it's sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's working for now. Okay, I like it. So other than that, I don't have much of note. Are there any questions for me?
I just have a comment.
Yes.
Just you can pass on to whoever. We are doing an ordinance on e-bikes because we don't want our motorcycles like in our part of that, they wanted input from the sheriff's office about stuff, so I'll be sending that out to
Yes.
you for review and just to see if it meets your needs here. We just got it today, I think, back, so I'll send it out
Okay.
for the end of this week.
And generally, what we would do under the contractual obligations that we have is try to get those ordinances to marry up with the county ordinance as much as possible, right? So when we take on these contracts with the cities, we will run the county ordinances for those, or at least if they're very close, that we have the ability to enforce
So you
those.
don't have to, yeah,
But
hold
yes,
them
if
in,
people are riding their bikes recklessly or causing damage within the park, or, peeling out and leaving black marks and whatnot, we will deal with that, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's kind of basically what it deals with.
Yes.
More of the stuff that's
Yep,
off the chart.
absolutely.
stuff
Just
that's-
send me that information. We will make arrangements. Even when I'm not working, I got my phone on me and I'm making sure I'm taking care of
What's the
business the
best
best I
chain
can.
of command for me? Do you want me to just pass it on to to you?
To
or do
me,
you want
to me would be
go from
great.
there?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
get it through Maria to me and I'll make sure it goes up the chain of command, get anything signed that needs to be done and back to you as
Okay.
quick as I can.
Sounds good.
We will make sure you got something going on at the high school this weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, a lot of those little garage sale.
Yep, so that was just brought to my attention, Maria brought to my attention. I will make sure that we have extra patrols down there during the evening hours and keeping an eye on that as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, we had a tent stolen last time.
A what?
Huge.
Canopy tent type
Yeah,
thing.
great big one.
I mean, yeah, and they stole the huge dinosaur out in front of the Sinclair in
Yeah.
Grand Mound. So if they can get that, they can, hey, be surprised. We'll do our best. All joking aside, I'll make sure that we have people coming through on a regular basis, checking that throughout the evening and nighttime.
They also have the memorial wall dedication is on Saturday at the park.
I have a note for that. I will make sure that I'm not here on Saturday, but I'll make sure that I can do my best to have a representative here for that memorial, if not the sheriff himself. Yes.
I think they reached out to the sheriff, so I don't know. if he's
Yeah,
got it.
well, he's busy. I'll
Remind him.
be nice and remind him, yeah. So those types of things, when you have, things taking place within the city and you want a little bit of extra attention or you want some representation, you can just reach out to me. One of the good things in my position, if I'm not working, make somebody be there. I can do my best. Now, obviously, if the world falls apart, we're going to use, we'll run to those things. But generally speaking, way more often than not, I can make sure somebody is there to represent the city and ourselves at those incidents.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anything else? Any questions? Any concerns that maybe aren't making it our way?
One comment, if
Yes,
I may.
sir. Yes.
Last week sometime, I was, what do you say, contacted by one of your deputies, just walking out late at night, as I'm wont to do. And without knowing who I was, I have to pass along my compliments for his courtesy and professionalism in doing that. I guess we've had some prowling on MacArthur, where I live. So my apologies if I'm going to inflate the suspicious count for July.
By one.
That's our call volume increase right there.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's easy for me to stand here and boast about the men and women of this agency, but I do believe they do a good job, and I'm glad that it's reflected here within the city, especially with, the circumstances allowing us to provide, law enforcement services here. We do greatly appreciate it, and we thank you for allowing us to do that.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
I'm hearing good things from the people I talked to about it.
Good. Everybody that I've talked to, which again, it's self-serving a little bit, but I just live outside of town, just on the other side of, the old alpaca. It'll always be the alpaca ranch to me, the alpaca ranch, and everybody's like, "Man, why are you guys in town so much?" So it seems like people are seeing sheriff's cars in town
I
a
hear
lot
it,
more
too.
than they ever have in the past, and it just, I think, shows that the folks that are assigned to this district, they take a great deal of responsibility to make sure they're doing a good job for you. So, thank you.
That was Briscoe, by the way.
Briscoe.
Yep.
Yep. Good guy. So we got lucky there on that one. Anything else? Okay. All right. 11 o'clock Saturday, and throughout the weekend, we will make sure we have people coming by to check on the school. John, thank you, sir. All right. All right. Take care. Thank you.
Have fun at the next one.
Enjoy the heat. Yeah.
It's a pain.
Yeah.
I made a list of things here just that were on my mind that I wanted to share. The first one is utility rate updates. Some of you may have seen that I posted about, I get my bill by email, so I don't always look at the inserts that are in there, but somebody gave me an insert that showed all the proposed rate increases for utilities, and everybody's heard about the general rate increase for customers. They're suggesting like 8%, 18%. That doesn't mean they're going to get that at this point, but I was going through the chart just trying to see what that meant for the city a little bit. And one thing that caught my eye is street lighting, amazingly enough, is a significant part. One of the higher bills we have for electricity, they're proposing like a 34% rate increase in street lighting. And then additional the next 2 years, it's like a 50%. So that's a huge number for us. I mean, when I looked at the cost, just overall, I think if you averaged, say they get 15% just across the board average for us, I think that would make our utilities go up like $7,000 a year. That's more than we'll get in increased property taxes next year, just for electricity. So I just wanted to make you aware, and why I want to you can make comments, any of us can make comments to the UTC, so please, if you would, I think it'd be valuable. I am going to provide as mayor, and I just want to let you know, make sure there's nobody has an issue with it. I would like, as a mayor, to make a comment to the UTC about what that means for our city. So anyway, you're all welcome to comment on that too, so if anybody has the time to make a comment, it would be appreciated. The food bank solar project. This has been going on a long time. I think we're getting close to getting that thing started, and it shouldn't take long once we get it going. Two things. One, since we had our grant, the price came in significantly less. We're working with the state to see if we can add some more solar to the old city shop. The original plan was on the cold storage building, so we're still working on that. Another thing we're working on is if we go through the sale to the city of that before the solar project gets done. I had some concerns about that because some of these projects require us to be the owner of the building to get them done. So I've checked in with the state to make sure there's no issue there. I don't want to make that sale go through and then all of a sudden we can't get reimbursed for the expenses we've already had because of that. So before we go forward with this final sale, I'm going to make sure we have something in writing from the state. So just wanted to let you know that's going on there. PFAS settlement. PFAS is a chemical that's used in, I don't know, it's used in a lot of things, I think. I know it's used in gear for firefighters. It was used in the foam. I don't know if you've seen when they spray foam like on a gas fire, it's in that. And apparently it spreads wide and is very toxic and stays there forever. We have never found any in our drinking water, but we do have to test every year for that to make sure there's no contamination. There was a quite large settlement, I can't remember what the amount was for that, and we were contacted by, of course, attorney firm to see if we wanted to put our name in the hat for any possible settlements. They say you don't have to have it in your water to receive funding because we're going to have expenses for probably forever for testing at least, and then at any point something could show up. So we haven't signed anything. I sent it to our attorney for review, and we'll bring it back to you if we decide we're going to move forward. But I just want you to be aware that that's an issue out there, and I don't know how much it costs for us to test for that yearly, but we'll be testing probably yearly for forever. And holler if you have any questions. School resource officer, I think you all know Yvonne got hired by the county. This, I guess, doesn't have anything to do with that, but we did get a note from the sheriff who's been working with the school. I think they've kind of reached an agreement with, it would be kind of a three-way agreement between the school, the county, and us on that, so we'll be bringing that forward, but it sounds like everything's going to get that school resource officer in place, and I think the school had one small comment, but I think they're happy with everything. So just wanted to let you know that seems to be falling in place and should be done in plenty of time to make sure they have their school resource officer at the start of the year. And if there's something we have to sign, of course, we'll bring that to you also. House Bill 2015 sales tax update, that is the tax that's available to cities, 1/10 of 1% sales tax to cities to pay for a wide variety of law enforcement services. It can be used for things like mental health treatment, I think. There's a big range of things. With all the changes, we had put in a grant, but now that the sheriff's providing service, it has to be a mutual application. So I've done our part. I've sent it to the sheriff's office. They don't seem to have any concerns about that. So once we get that,
so
we will have to pass a ordinance or something to implement it. But it should give us about 70,000 to put towards law enforcement.
Would be
So
nice.
it'll help with our overall budget. So we'll be bringing that to you hopefully soon. I'm going to leave the next one. Well, I'll just say it. Our utility clerk, I think everybody probably is aware that Jessica is leaving. I'm very happy for her. Sad to see her leave, truly. Yeah, well, already got applications. What do we have now? 9 or something? We've got quite a few. We got two or three really good candidates, I have to say, already. So we're going to try to do some interviews next week and get that filled as soon as possible. So hopefully, but best of luck to you, Jessica. We'll
Yes.
miss you very much, and thank you for all you've done, truly. We are having a little thing tomorrow, if anybody wants to stop in and say, tomorrow's our last day, so if anybody wants to stop by. E-bike, motorcycle update, I did briefly talk about that. We've just had so many problems with the e-bikes in the parks and causing destruction of equipment, or some of our equipment, and just unsafe operations all over town. I mean, it's crazy what I've seen them do. So we got a sample ordinance, got that through our attorney, made some changes on that. And the biggest change we made is just our park. You know, they're all over in the park with small kids around and just not paying any attention, which scares the you know what out of me. So hopefully, again, we just got this back, not in time to present at this meeting, but next meeting, hopefully we'll be able to put that forward, and we'll get it out early so you can make any comments if you want to. But you know, it's not going to solve all the problems, but at least we have something in place. It does hold parents accountable if after like 3 times, if they keep doing these things, that there are some processes to hold parents accountable to. So hopefully the word gets out to these kids that they just can't ride any place and every place they want to. So hopefully that'll help a little bit.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question on that. Does that include the Tenino Yelm Bike Trail?
I don't think we can regulate the bike trail because that's a county, right? That's a county, so we can, I'm hoping that county's looking at the same thing. Is you want to?
They already have a code on there. The problem that the county has is that there's only 4 people that take care of all county bike tracks. Those 4 people have no authority to do anything as far as enforcing no motor vehicles on the
Yeah,
road.
I guess there are signs up there that say no motor vehicles, but
Just before you come into the city on this trail, there's one.
I know, because I was riding an e-bike on those trails.
I think e-bikes are okay. It's the faster, like the motorcycle type things. Yeah, there's, so I don't, we can't do, we don't have the authority to do anything, but yeah. I think it's one of those things you just have to keep bugging people until it brings up enough attention that they decide to take action.
You may want to start taking another look at the state law, because part of what the state has already done is pass a group of not just classifications, but class 1, 2, and 3, but some of the rules and or punishments for underage drivers. They already have that age at 16. If you don't have a driver's license after 16, you can get any kind of trouble, just as you would out there. Under 16, if your parents are getting you these Surron type bikes, the ones that are electric motorcycles, or even ones that look like an e-bike, but the pedals really don't do anything, and don't do 60, 70 miles an hour, and there's lots of them out there. Or if somebody gets one of the lower ones and then upgrades them.
Yeah.
Okay, So there's already a lot of that on the books, I think you probably.
Yeah, it's all in the thing. That's part of what we added to it. We went to the state law and referenced that and throughout the document, so hopefully we're covered there. I'll be glad to send it to you too if you want to take a look at it when we get the final. Just a honor wall update, the 18th, we're having the, Elaine mentioned the honor wall is going to be dedicated. If anybody can make it, that would be, it's been a 15-year, I think, project almost for
Been a
people that have
long
been
time.
working on this, and so I really want to make sure that,
I think they said the other day that it was 12 years.
yeah, I knew it was over 10.
Well,
but, yeah.
let me, I want to ask you something when we get through.
So anyway, if you can make it, it's, what, remember, what time?
It's at
11
11
o'clock.
o'clock.
Yep.
We'll be setting up at, let's start.
Not 10.
I'll be in Portland.
That's okay, but just if anybody's here. And I don't remember who asked me this, I just wanted to report, somebody asked me about joint animal services and what they provided in the town. I think I've heard a couple complaints about how many cats there are, you know? And, yeah, in town, I think it's been something I've heard for quite some time about the number of
For your
cats.
whole life.
Yeah, I did contact them. They, in the cities of Olympia and Lacey-Tumwater, they provide pretty comprehensive services like those for animals. But in the rural areas, they basically just respond to emergencies, neglected animals, if somebody's, so I don't know that we're gonna get even if we decided to join, I don't think we would get the services we think we would get from them. So I just wanted to mention that. If you want me to look into it further, I'd be glad to, but everything
We've
I
never
found.
had them before.
Yeah.
We've never asked you that.
Is that joint animal services?
Joint animal service.
This is annual.
I know, I already got a hard time from Nancy, yeah. Animal services, excuse me, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even look.
I figured nobody'd pay attention or catch it, but yeah.
I have to.
So, is there any, I mean, do you want me to pursue any more on that? If you want to, just let me know, but I just don't think we're gonna see what we, think we possibly could. That's all I had. Is there anything on anybody else's mind you wanna speak about? We'll go to reports after that if nothing.
Let's go to reports.
Okay, let's start reports. Chamber of Commerce, I got from George. Tenino Chamber Lunch Forum is tomorrow at noon at the Sandstone Quarry. They are going to announce the Citizen of the Year and Grand Marshal of the Parade, right, I think?
They're announcing the
Veteran
Veteran of the Year.
of the Year too, okay.
Veteran of the year.
Veteran of the Year. It's Frank Hicks.
No, the Citizen of the Year. For our tomorrow's meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, Citizen of the
I
Year.
don't know if they're doing a Veteran of the Year
he
too,
was-
but no. Okay.
He was made Citizen of the Year.
Oh, Frank is?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to necessarily say that, but
And the Colvins are
we're
Grand
gonna wait,
Marshals.
we're gonna wait till the chamber announces it, if anybody heard it. Ribbon cutting is Saturday, July 18th for Cassie's Creations, and she's in the sandstone building in one of the small offices in the back. Oregon Trail Days is next weekend, everybody knows that one. On the chamber's website, I list all the events and times, and it's on the Facebook page too. Study meeting is Friday, July 17th at 8 a.m. at the Stone City Event Center. Library's not here, fire department's not here. I know they had I did see that they got dispatched to a 2-acre fire out by Mime Acres earlier today. They had helicopters and sound like they were at the ag park trying to stand by for protection if needed out there, so pretty good size event there, I know, so they're probably still out there working on that. Civil Service Commission, nothing. Finance Committee?
Finance Committee, Nancy's still working on unclaimed property. July of 2024 through June of 2025 is due to Department of Revenue by October of 2026. So she's working on that section. Gambling tax is still in the works. Budget amendments are coming up. Eric from Collins is still going forward with the things at the Ag Park. And everything has been turned over to Castle Realty for our surplus, properties that we decided to, so that's pretty much it.
I will update the gambling tax. I think we've kind of got a pretty good draft of that too, so hopefully soon we'll be bringing that forward to you, because we need to make some changes there.
We should have it by the next meeting.
Next meeting on that one too, so. We don't have many this one, but we're gonna hit you hard maybe next meeting with several that need to be done. We just realized we forgot to also do our road plan. We need to pass
Oh,
that.
6-year
Yeah, so we're gonna
street
bring
plan.
that hopefully next meeting also. We have to, yeah. We're supposed to do it this one, but, yeah, something happened. Planning Commission, they had a meeting, I think I got the thing here, I think what they mainly talked about was ADUs, short-term rentals codes. We don't, in our current code, we don't really have anything on ADUs. You know, we've talked for many years about having some kind of lodging because people come here and have no place to stay. And so they are looking at ADUs as an
Well,
option.
Airbnbs.
Airbnbs
Yeah.
are not ADUs,
Not
kind of
ADUs,
like
yeah.
ADUs, but it's, short-term rentals is really what they call them. So they're working on that to see what they think would be the best path forward. There's a lot of different ways you can work this, so they're just trying to figure out what makes sense for our
It'd be
community.
nice, like when we have Oregon Trail Days and those
Yeah,
things, in that Tenino Ranch out there, they get a ton of people.
yeah,
And where do they stay? They go to Grand Mount.
yeah.
Instead
And
of
that,
coming to town, they head the other direction, so.
and that's really what kind of pushed me, because
Yeah.
somebody told me that the people that are participating out there usually stay in their trailers with their animals, but
Sometimes.
all the families come in
Right.
to watch them and have no place
Yeah.
close by to stay at this point. So I think it could be successful. I mean, I also hear some nightmares if it's not regulated well, where investors come in and buy up a bunch of places,
Oh, well,
and, so
yeah.
we'll make sure, whatever, there'll be a process. It's
There's
not
not
gonna
enough
be,
places for them to buy up.
yeah.
My mind.
Unless it's kind of next meeting to ask for approval and move forward.
Okay, so it sounds like Melissa will be here next meeting to talk. Public Safety Committee, anything from there? Public Works, anybody need?
Next meeting is my meeting with Troy.
Okay. Public Works Director, he didn't get any report. Code Enforcement Building, anything you got? I know we have the project going on over at the school, pretty big project there. I see several trucks there working on, they're doing their heating system update, which I think is $1 million project.
Yeah, $1 million plus updates in Parkside Elementary.
Just
HVAC.
today, they came in, the daycare, I don't know if you looked at the building, a major improvement on that building there. They're coming in to get permits, I think, get ready for permits to do work inside, so that should be moving forward. I think that's
Kind of
another,
just noticed they painted it.
yeah, and they put wainscot along the bottom. It looks,
I've been down at the school for 2 weeks. I go from the
Yeah,
school
haven't looked at
home,
anything.
school home, school home.
and I don't know if anybody else saw, I think they were talking about the middle building, which is supposedly an old hotel.
It is the old hotel.
They were talking about painting that, and I can't remember what happened with that. Something happened. They were planning on painting it,
Needs
and I
to be
can't.
painted.
There's been a variety of interest in that. The latest one I heard through the rumor mill was an Amazon drop-off station.
So anyway, it would be nice to get that middle building spruced up to match the other ones.
That would be
That's
a
actually-
nice short-term rental place.
There you go, yeah.
Seriously. Those
Heddon's Pharmacy
rooms
did a
upstairs.
Paint job too.
Yeah, Heddon's doing a good job.
Park specialist, I haven't heard. I mean, I think it's just this time of year. It's a lot of pool stuff and managing the pool and just doing general summertime. Keeping up with the grant still is probably keeping her busy. With her, I didn't get anything specific, but I think that's kind of this time of year anyway, the big push for the park person. Clerk treasurer.
So everyone got their treasurer's report, is that correct?
Do you need this back?
Not right now. I mean, unless people have questions, we can take questions now, or you can email me questions on the budget amendment. So we'll do the first reading in the regular session. As Elaine mentioned, I'm working on unclaimed property. The other side of that is there are a lot of transactions on the revenue side that are from previous years that will need cleaned up too. So I took a class this morning with Springbrook, and that will take care of a lot of those as soon as I can get to them. But then we have some other ones that I'm going to need one-on-one with Springbrook to help me work through those and get those off the books. I can't answer any questions on those. I have no idea what they are. They're from 2020, mostly 2020 through 2022. It looks like someone did a lot of corrections, but only one-sided. So I can't just check them off if they don't have an offsetting entry. Gambling taxes, I've been working with the city attorney, and we should have an ordinance for you guys to look at next meeting. We need to update some things because we are not in line with the state gambling commission rates. And so we'll have some work to do there. Don't want to forget this. We received an $8,000 donation from the Park Foundation Splash Bash Fund. So thank you for that. And that's been, we received that today. It's on the books today. So it won't show on the current budget position. It'll show on the next one. Let's see, what else do we have? Any questions on the treasurer's report? Come on, you guys.
We're trying to trick you guys. We gotta.
Let me look. I wrote some.
I'm so disappointed.
God, I looked last week when I got it and I forgot all about it.
I do have a question.
Yes?
So I was looking over this Timberland savings account.
Yes. Oh, that's the other thing.
So is that,
We have a checking, a high yield savings, and we have a small trust account left over from district court at Timberland Savings. So, but Councilmember Isel came in today and he suggested, sorry, I can't remember the balance on that.
600 and
Yes.
some?
Moving a portion of that to LGIP, so, which is local government investment. Pool, so we will look at that. I'll look at that with the mayor. I hadn't had a chance to talk to him and present to you, hopefully next meeting, moving a rather large amount. We do have to keep some in there for when I pay large bills, like Lakeside, paying them all at once, $183,000. I do have to move from checking to, or
Savings.
from savings to checking to cover that, and then move it back once we're sure that we're not going to overdraw or anything like that. But I do think that we can move, let's see, at least probably 250 to 300,000 into the investment pool where we get a better rate.
What kind of dividends do we get on this investment pool?
It varies. It's different every month, but it's currently, years ago, it was like 4-point-something%. Right now, I think it's about 3.5.
3.9,
So you make less money on that than I make on my checking account.
3.9.
Seriously,
3.9. What's that?
you make less money on that than I do on my checking account.
Yeah. But it's a
Yes,
lot more.
but it's still more than our savings account,
which
Or
is
savings.
1%.
Yeah.
This,
which is
this,
1%.
this very high yield, that's the
We
name of
don't
it.
have an interest-bearing checking account.
Okay.
So,
But any money we put in there, all we get back on it are the dividends. We can't borrow that money, we can't use it for anything, right?
oh, we can take it out.
We can take it out,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Has to have council approval, I believe. I'll have to do a little more research because I haven't moved any money in or out of at the investment pool since I've been here.
Because I thought we had over $300,000.
There's something like that in the investment pool.
Yeah,
180.
we have 398,000 in the
Almost
investment
$400,000
pool.
in the investment pool.
I do know this, I don't know everything about, but I know that investment pool is pretty flexible too. If you call, if you know you're gonna need some money out of it, I think it's like it's almost like a checking account where you can go in there and you'll have the money
Okay.
back in very short term. If something
Well, that
really
makes
went south
Me
and we
feel
needed
better
that money.
about putting more money in there then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just so
It's still a better rate than our
Yeah.
savings accounts.
Yeah, but that's amazing to me. I get
That would make
4.07 on my checking account from Twin Car. So I don't have anything in savings. It all goes in my checking because,
So do we use that savings when we have budget shortfalls?
that's my question, yeah.
Or is that just sitting there and we've been talking about the budget and all these problems?
So page 1 is the funds,
Uh-huh.
and that's all the same money that is on page 2 in the checking account. It's just in a different format.
Okay, that's what I wanted to
Yeah,
check.
it's,
And they should reconcile.
Right.
this is the trick
The
we're
total
throwing.
should be the same on page 1 and page 2.
And they're not.
We're,
I knew there was something. but
This
I-
was a test.
I-
We all
it's
failed.
last Friday. And you know what's funny? I was gonna text
Dave
you.
got it.
Either text you or email you on it, and it went, phew.
The
Forgot.
difference is exactly $8,000, and what happens is, you notice on our accounts that the past few months, we now have account 10 and account 11, which are Express Bill Pay and PathPoint credit card. So those are the Express that we've been talking about, the auto pays. Those are the two accounts that when a payment is made from a customer, it goes into one of those accounts online.
Okay.
And then I go in and I take money out of those and put into our checking
Into
account,
checking.
and then I have to do it here. But this last month, and normally I do it on a Tuesday, which was the last day of the month. Unfortunately, we took the money out of the credit card account and put into the checking account, but it didn't actually hit the bank.
No.
So that's the $8,000
Okay.
difference, and you will see that again next month because it'll reverse. So that's your accounting lesson for today.
Thank you.
It's your remedial accounting lesson. I'm just kidding. So I think that is all I have other than the ordinance later we'll read for the budget amendment. So and this is just the first reading. There will be another reading and hopefully an approval next meeting. So if you have questions now or in between, you can call me, talk to me, come in, or email me questions, and as the public can also.
Thank you.
Okay?
is there no other questions for her? So the mayor's report, I was telling Linda, it seems like it's been a long time since I've been here. I missed the last meeting, then we had the 3-week gap there, so it's been a while. So I was gone last meeting. I was at the AWC conference, and just so you know, that was paid for with a grant, so that was no money out of the city's pocket on that. It was pretty good. They they have a lot of different sessions on different things, but the two big ones were on the economy and where they think it's going, and wasn't a super positive outlook on the economy. They have economists come in, so you know it's one person's opinion, but
Yeah, but it's based on some pretty good
Yeah.
evidence.
And then the other one is on the title of it was 13 ways or something. I think it was 13 ways to kill your city, which was kind of a good one. You know what number one thing was? Not paying attention to your water system.
Oh, yeah.
They say it's like that happened in back east, where was it, Michigan or wherever, where they did all these changes and didn't do it. And, you know,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. I was thinking it was going to be, you know, some, but anyway, all these recordings I have from all these meetings, I can share the ones that are available if anybody wants to look at them. That one about 13 ways to kill your city
I'd
was a
like
pretty
to see
interesting one. So I'll try to figure out if I can just share it directly. if it has to be off my app, I'll figure out some way to be able to, so you can see that, because it's pretty interesting, and you can look through all the different ones and see if there's anything that looks interesting. So I will try to get that to you, so you can see that. I already talked about this one. We had a call about the PFAS issues with this. And just so you know, our attorney is, this company that contacted us is out in New York, and our attorney had some concerns about that. So I said, if you can do it quickly, I don't want to spend a ton of money trying to, but he has some suggestions about different language in the contract that would be appropriate for Washington State versus New York. So he's going to talk to them and make sure if we're going to be part of this thing, that it's appropriate for that. With Oregon Trail Days meeting we had here, mainly it was about the vendors in the park, and there were little tough issues there, but I think they're getting it worked out now.
I think they did, yeah.
I think, keeping my fingers crossed, I don't know totally, but hopefully I'm sure it'll work out. It seems like every year we have something that causes some heartache, and we get through it somehow, so I'm hoping that gets figured out. When both the TPB and TRPC meeting, both of those were mainly about, there's some big study going on about high-speed rail that goes from BC clear down to Oregon. So there's both of them were the same presentation. I sat through a 2-hour presentation on both of them, but it's nowhere near being even close to being anything finalized, but their study's been ongoing for some time, and of course there's a lot of
Are they gonna do the same thing to us that they did to King County and Pierce County? And
well,
Snohomish County?
it's kind of the same thing. There's no place to put the thing, is what they're saying. You know, it's with the topography, they need kind of long, straight rails to make high-speed rail the most effective, and there's not a lot of long, straight areas through going from from Canada to Oregon, so we'll spend a few $1 million to study it.
Figure it out, huh?
Yeah. I did go to the Tight Line construction dedication. That was a nice little dedication with them,
nice.
and one of the things just to be positive about something, because we talk about a lot of negative something, when I was thinking about that, and I was like, for our size of town, we're very lucky to have a dental office, we have construction, we have a bank. There's not a lot of towns of 2,000 people that have all those amenities in their own town, and to try to keep those places, city, to try to keep all those places here. I think there's value to having those, having those facilities right in our town for our community. So I think we need to work hard to make sure we provide support for those, all our businesses, but like banks. And I just think banking is one thing that, a lot of people, they want to go to a bank, and they don't want to do it electronically on their phone, and to have that service in our city, I think is a big positive. So I did meet with Aslan today about the ag park. They're moving forward with getting started with the grading out there. Interesting, most of the cost of that is removing that huge pile that we left there from the last park project. It hasn't said, that's the biggest part of the cost, is moving that whole big pile. We've tried to get people to come out. They have taken some of it, but there's still just a ton of dirt out there not dirt, but rocks mostly, that needs to be moved.
Yeah, nobody around here wants more rocks in their yard.
So that's coming up pretty soon. I think the Colvins are really chomping at the bit to get a lease or whatever we get with them out there on that. So part of that is just getting that money spent so the EDC can release themselves from that lease, and we can work with the Colvins. I did call Amy Evans Harding, who's helping us out there today, just to meet with her and just kind of go over everything and make sure we're on the same page about what's best for the city moving forward with that whole lease agreement with them out there. So we are going to have a meeting tomorrow morning with the Colvins also, so I'll report back on that. And lastly, I will be gone next meeting also. Sorry. My wife has had a chance to go to Utah, so we're going to drive down there. So I'll be gone the next meeting.
Okay, I better put it on my calendar.
And that is all, liaisons, sorry. BTHAT, anything from BTHAT? Solid Waste Advisory Board?
It's not not until August.
Yeah, they usually, don't they
They
skip?
canceled
Yeah.
it for July because too many people were on vacation.
Haven't heard anything from TCOM 911, from the Yelm rep, nothing there. School board, I'll just say again that I think they've worked through the issues for the contract, so that should be coming to fruition. I haven't heard anything else from them. TRPC, I did both of those in my report. Haven't heard anything from the county commissioner's office. I know they're working through they're still got some big budget issues also at the county. I know they're working through that. I think their last estimate is maybe $20 million plus that they're expecting to be short there. So it's going to be a big one for the county. I did express it, it's not our budget, but what happens at the county does affect us. So I'll try to keep up on that and make sure if they're making cuts that it's nothing that's going to
Affect us.
If there's cuts, there's cuts, but just to be aware what they're cutting and what effects that could have on our city. Legislature, I don't think we got anything there yet, except for
Well,
the
no,
elections.
No, not unless you guys, unless you are meeting with some legislators about
Haven't-
the capital
anything.
budget next year. Is there anything that we'd like to have some money for?
Yeah. Well, there's lots
There
of
always
things
is.
we do.
That's what you should be doing now.
Last one I have is Oregon Trail Days. Do you have anything to update?
Well, moving right along, we've probably got 40 entries in the parade currently. Some of those are, like, some of the entries have doubled up, like the basketball and volleyball are doubling up. And I think we have some bigger entries. We've got the 3 covered wagons, and then the family will be walking with those, so that's kind of some larger mass entries. The rest of the festival, I wasn't at the last meeting, so I don't know how that's
Yeah.
going, but I think it's going pretty good. They had it out at the park, and I didn't realize they were having it at the park, and I'm sitting at the Sandstone. So I went home, watched the World Cup. But other than that, yeah, Maria and I have talked about the traffic and have that all for the parade settled, and I think it's going to be a good parade. There's some new entries that should be fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I will add on to that, we have a lot of events going on that we haven't. We have the basketball thing last year that's going to return. We're having the car show from the Eagles down here. And we're having a big soccer tournament over at the schools at the same time. It's going to be busy around here. And I did get a little pushback from some of the businesses I know because the Eagles are going to use part of our parking lot behind the Sandstone Cafe there. So I did get a comment. It's like, well, this is where, we're not blocking the whole thing, but part of it, this is where people park that come to our business. And I understand that I know it's a little bit of a hardship. It's for 3 hours. I think the car show is from 12 to 4, so maybe 4 hours. And I know that is a bit of a hardship. There will still be parking there.
There'll still be people going in there.
And they're going to get a lot of traffic, I think. So just be aware, this is going to be a busy day in town.
And don't forget the farmer's market too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the farmer's market, yeah.
The car show, the 3-on-3 tournament will all be going on in the city. And then over at the high school stadium, there'll be about 9 schools having a soccer tournament both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
That was my overflow parking.
yeah. We'll make it work, yeah.
Last year, I arranged with Tenino Young at Heart Theater to use their property here across from the 76 station, that grass lot, and they were agreeable, and it never got used, the Eagles.
I
Well,
think
this year they
that
got the
somebody-
bounce house in it. They're having another activity there this
Yeah,
year.
they're having an activity there
Are
this
they?
year, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mention that one. Dave
Yeah, they
Champagne's
are.
putting on
Dave
like a bounce
Champagne
house
is
thing over there.
Having a bounce house and different things right across, we're trying to bring people into town instead of everybody over at the park. And that's another good thing with the Eagles thing. We'll bring people in downtown tonight, so.
So anyway, just expect some busy, we're gonna have to work through it. I expect there's gonna be
It'll be fine.
it'll be fine, I think, yeah. But anyway,
That's why golf
just,
carts are great.
yeah. Scoot around between the cars.
Park anywhere.
Yeah, well, I'll be calling you when I'm through up at the park to come come and get me then.
Okay.
I'll have-
Give me a
Nancy
call.
can drop me off and she can pick me up.
That is all I have. If there's any other questions about anything, we got like 10 minutes and we'll go to our regular meeting and do public comments if anybody's here for public comment, so.
Nancy, I do the Pioneer Village greet people, so that's why I have to go up to the park right after the parade's over. And if you just go down Park and just drop it right off there and I can walk there.
One good thing is that they're not gonna have the fields torn up, so there'll be some more space down there. It won't have all that torn up, apparently. Last I heard, anyway. Nah. Maybe for a deposit, if you put a little cash in somebody's hand, we could arrange that, but.
I don't think
Yes,
anybody
the
bother you
motorcycle
if you
drill
park
team
down
starts
here, it's
at,
okay,
like,
it's
10:25.
fine.
So whatever time they meet prior to
So,
that.
I'll
How's the negotiations going with,
that Saturday morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be on.
I can't hear you. Too many people talking, hold on.
Come to that meeting. What time's your meeting and where?
It sounds like it's going forward. They've met with Fish and Wildlife about that property over there.
Exactly what he needs to know.
Yeah,
and that's-
10:45 they
they
start
met
and
with Fish
then
and
11
Wildlife
we
about
start.
the property over there on the
I
corner?
think it sounds like they've got some kind of pretty good agreement, so I think they're moving forward with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me as well.
That's the last I heard anyway.
So,
Cool.
I just wanna make sure that was the right time and to tell them when shut the roads down and when to start.
Yeah.
Cause I'll clear the road.
Yeah,
Make
'cause-
sure that it's.
Yeah, they'll probably be by the fire department, usually where they hang out. Or they have the years prior.
We're just gonna go stand out in front of her house
They were?
every once in a while. just
Oh,
to
yeah,
make
they
sure she
were.
knows her story.
Yeah, before they keep moving down.
Some stranger will be there like, who are you?
Well, I will find them, they're not hard.
Oh, no, when you move. We know how to find out. Yeah.
Yeah, because his house is at the end.
No problem.
Yes.
Right down there.
Yes, so I'm like,
Yeah, that's a better place for it.
First indication.
Okay, let's see.
No, we gotta do the, yeah.
It was pre-meeting.
I think the scouts and the tops come on.
Oh my God, my friend.
Soft top, they call it bikini tops, it only covers just,
Just the
because
top.
it's got a roll bar in there, so.
I think we talked about this probably.
Yeah. So, it's nice. Yeah, we talked about the rain. It's only 76 degrees in here, it's fine.
We can turn it on.
Look at that.
Let's turn up the, are you guys freezing with that thing blowing over there? Are you guys okay?
No.
It's getting warm in here. Do you mind if we turn it up just a notch? If it gets too cold, we can turn it down. Just let us know.
Like, that one's on higher, this
No.
one's not on at all.
I know, but we can still turn it up one more notch.
I don't know that we can.
So I turned it down one. I usually look this way.
There's so much dust and crap over there at that school.
We could have done it, 'cause then I would have stayed cool. No, he was gonna kick it up one.
It's like 76 degrees over there. Is it cold over there? Just turn the fan
But I'll be with Maria on Oregon Trail Days.
All right.
We're gonna be bebopping around
All
town.
right. Bebopping.
Yeah.
You can bebop into the parade. Just jump in and ride down.
Just zooming through
Yeah.
the streets, it'll be great.
You read the last
There's so much dust and crap over there.
I bet the stuff is probably a little bit dirty too, so you get in there.
Oh, yeah, I no skin left on my hands, I've washed
You've been
them so
scrubbing
much.
everything?
Oh, God. Yeah. Then can you, it was the meeting before that, if they've gone much.
So, somebody needs to change, somebody needs to change the minutes, is what I'm saying.
Whew, I'm getting warm now. I was cold when I came in, but
You don't think he was here?
that 8,000, we're supposed to formally accept that. I'm gonna make a suggestion under new business to form, the council accept that 8,000 donation for the quarry.
Well, I think we should, yeah. Okay. He said, the next meeting, we're gonna be busy. What do we-
Yeah, so we might as well do it, yeah. Just do it tonight, yeah.
No. He wasn't. That's why I said, why does he have to be gone again?
Previous meeting, it says that he was.
He does.
Oh, does it?
The minutes need to be corrected.
Yeah.
I don't want to take credit when I'm not here.
I can't move these minutes, but
There were only 3 of us here. There was just 3 of us, you and I and Jeff.
That's right, yeah.
somebody will just need to move the amendment to the previous minutes.
Then you do that.
Well, I wasn't here, so,
He wasn't here, he can't.
Okay.
or I shouldn't, I don't know if I can,
You can do it, Elaine.
Yeah. Did it break the minutes?
Amend the minutes because Dave wasn't there. I was acting governor.
She's trying to get me in trouble.
I was acting mayor.
Well, that's funny, because I did.
I don't think I've seen the minutes.
I forgot
I
that.
didn't even look at the minutes.
I didn't print her a copy. Feels so good. I usually print her a copy.
Four
I
minutes.
know, I wish we could just start when we're done with the other
I
one.
think we should be able to.
Should be a lot flexible.
I still think we need to change that.
Oh, that's right.
It says right on the email that is sent out, that it starts from 6 and then 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we got to change, yeah. I forgot about that. We were gonna look at that.
First service benefits, everything's going up when it comes to, salaries, benefits. This is the proposed budget changes. So that one goes, that one goes up. That one goes up. By the way, I don't like the way they painted, I don't like the,
You don't like that? I saw you made a comment on it.
no.
I didn't even know they were painting it. I don't know where that happened.
Yeah,
Maybe Troy said, told him, ask him to do that. or-
Like the police department, that's the
No.
police department there.
I'm not sure where that even came. I didn't even hear anything about it, no. I needed some work on it though, because it was, I think, it was
Well, you
deteriorating a
know,
bit.
that was an artist's rendition.
Well, maybe it's because they
Painting
have to
over
wear
somebody's
seasonal
arm.
worker.
Yeah.
It's not good. What are we doing here?
Printing? Yeah, so.
I'll send it, I'll send it more or less to Nancy. Well, they said that that was gonna go up.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the big ones.
Yeah.
Outside of
It's because, I don't know if I copied and
Oh,
missed it, but
oh.
it's here and then it has that as adjourned. So
Sure.
everything
Oh,
else is
sure.
right, it's just that top line.
Yeah. See here.
No, because that's all contract.
Copy and paste, man, sometimes it's my worst enemy.
Well, and we didn't,
Catch 'em all.
And maybe just
It wasn't-
maintenance
it was
ones
not
that
758.
change because they have to
Well,
do
that's why
seasonal
the
worker.
whole thing, somehow, that was supposed to be at the bottom
oh,
and then changed, because if you look at
The other one
the very last page,
Because Brett went over to the sewer.
yeah.
1 minute,
yeah,
we'll get
So
going.
I had copied that
Okay, so
from
this
some,
just
and it,
needs to be taken
yeah,
out.
it shouldn't have been pasted there.
Okay, okay.
sometimes I have hiccups in there, in Unicode.
No,
Yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to review.
Oh, I thought it was over. He finished and took his last test in April.
yes, so he's certified.
Yeah.
Okay, it is 7:30. We'll call to order the regular meeting for the City of Tenino, Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. Please rise for the flag salute. Jeff, you want to start us out?
Whoa. Don't run over me.
Hold on a second. We got to get Linda first. Jeff, you want to start us? Thank you.
It's okay.
Agenda approval, just to start out with, would like to add, I think I think we're supposed to adopt when we get a donation over a certain dollar amount, and I forget what it is, but I think 8,000 is over that, so I would just like to add approval of accepting the donation for the quarry pool to new business.
Okay. I move to approve the amended agenda.
I will second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. Approval of the minutes. It sounds like there's a couple changes that need to happen there.
Yeah, it's just-
Somebody wanna-
This just needs to be removed.
Amendment for last meeting, that it said that Mayor Watterson was here and he was not. So
It was a cut and paste one, so are you okay? We just make that change and we can approve it with that change noted?
Right.
Okay. So anybody want to make a motion on that?
I move that we make the change.
The amended minutes. I second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes with the change for taking my name off of as being present. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Consent calendar, we have consent calendar for June 24th through July 14th, consisting of payroll EFTs in the amount of $116,275.57. Claims checks number 34221 through 34264 in the amount of $156,541.76 for a total of $272,817.33. And I see no cannabis or liquor license approvals.
Move to approve the consent calendar.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar. Is there any discussion? No license approvals, renewal approvals. Every year, some of them,
I
yeah.
haven't even went and got mine yet. I've been working on it.
Okay.
Apparently, NCR.
Okay, no executive session, no presentations, public comment, period one. This is our first one. We have another one at the end of the meeting. If anybody would like to make comment, please come up to the podium. I think the microphone's on. There should be a green light on there. If it's not, push the button down below.
Oh, green light is on.
That's a green light. Thank you.
Sign in, please. Okay. Tell us your name.
My name is Karen Parker. And do you need my address also?
I did.
Yeah.
It's on the paper.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So mostly the reason I'm here is I want to go on the public record as having concerns and mostly questions about the proposed beef processing plant in the ag park. It's going to be a huge economic asset to the area, and it almost sounds like it's a done deal, but I do have some concerns, and I don't even know if you can help answer my questions or not, but I do want the public record to reflect that somebody has had a concern about it. So how do you plan to control the odor for the neighbors that are downwind from this plant?
We can't answer any
Okay.
questions. This
Okay.
is just for comment.
It sounds like they're gonna start small, and I've had like end of the driveway at the mailbox conversations with Jennifer, but some of the answers that she told me don't make much sense. And
I would like to know specifically what the plan is. They're gonna start out with about 50 beef per day, with plans to expand in the future. So I worry about them trucking in multiple truckloads of cattle and holding them there while they're waiting for being processed. In that case, there's going to be manure and odors and flies and a lot of problems. I also would like to know, are they going to be rendering and processing the byproducts on the site? Because there's severe odors with rendering the byproducts of that. What about wastewater treatment? Will they be processing the blood, the fat, and the wash water on site? Or will they use the city's sewage treatment plant for that? Cow manure is different than human waste and it needs to be processed in a different way. And I know that Jennifer and Eric don't feed their cattle chemicals to control the flies, but others do. And if we have other cattle coming in from different parts of the state or even Skookumchuck Valley, I don't know, but they may be fed these chemicals to repel flies. Those chemicals can and are passed into the groundwater in the area, and that bothers me. So I was wondering if the NPDES is going to have any input into the plan. That's the National Pollution Discharge Elimination System. Are there already test wells drilled around the property to get a baseline of the water quality in the area? And will they require periodic monitoring once it goes online? Speaking of water, where will the water come from? It can take up to 400 gallons to process one beef cow. Can the city water system support it, or will there be new wells? I just don't know. I have so many questions. I guess, how do you plan to control the flies? They are a vector for spreading disease, and that also bothers me. If there is a comprehensive plan, I'd really like to see it. There are over 40 families that live on my road, and we're directly downwind from it, from where it's planned to be put into effect. So I know the sewage treatment plant, when it was put in, we were told, oh, it won't smell. But it does smell, and it's pretty awful sometimes. I can't even open my windows or hang my laundry. I got rid of my clothesline because I can't put my wash out on the line anymore. So if you have any direction for me, I would appreciate, where I can find some of these answers.
I can't give you, I'll just tell you, I wrote all these down. I do have a meeting tomorrow, but we don't even have the answers yet. There's a study, they're still working on presenting anything to us, so we will make sure the public's very aware of all these things. Most of these things have already come up in discussions. There's no answers yet. So we'll make sure that the public has a chance to hear all those things. But it's going to be a couple of years down the road. This is not going to start anytime real soon. So but we'll make sure those answers, I'll make sure they have these. And like I said, I think they're already considering a lot of them. So, but I can't answer. I don't even know. We haven't even seen that yet. So
I just haphazardly listened to a podcast, and it was in May, and I found it last week and listened to it. And, if I hadn't just stumbled upon it, I wouldn't have any idea. I mean, I know they've been throwing it around for a while, the idea of a beef processing plant. And like I say, I mean, we sure need it. It'd be a great boon for the area. But it'd be nice to have good neighbors as well.
Yes.
That would mitigate some of this.
I'm 100% from my perspective to make sure our community knows exactly what this means for them, honestly and truthfully, from the best that we can do. So that's my commitment to you, even though you're not in the city.
Yes.
I'm committed that you have an opportunity to hear exactly what's proposed and how it's all going to work, including all our committed. So that's my commitment to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I'd like to say, the information that you're asking for is the same information that I'm asking for or expect. The council hasn't been involved or had any information on this. So at Mayor, sometime, I'd like to know what time we're going to be brought in. You know, I don't want to have a proposal brought to us, and then we have to, expecting approval, and then having a lot of hashing over issues that come up from the citizens, from the council members, from other persons. So that's my concern with this, not just the information, but timing the information for everybody involved, including the city. Thank you for speaking.
Is there a place that I can look to find the information? Like I said, I just stumbled on this podcast.
Mr. Mayor?
There's nothing specific from the place yet, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep watching, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, the next item is the
So I've got-
oh, sorry, John.
Yeah, I do have a public comment. I want to know what's going on with this trailer court out here where I'm at. The well system is like beyond contaminated. The owner of it asked me to do a pH test. At the well, I did a pH test. 5 different units, I did a pH test. All of them come back like green. So I called American Pump. They came down to the $9,000 bid to tune the well up and replace 3
Where's
soft
this?
water tanks.
This is not even in our city, is it? You live, don't you live down off of?
I do live out by 507, but isn't that right behind Miles? Is there some way that mining back there could be contaminating the groundwater?
None of ours is contaminated, so I don't know. We haven't had any contamination, and we're pretty close to it, so. But that would be something you have to take up with the county if you have concern about.
I've been
water.
taking it up with the county all day. That's why I've been
Yeah.
in county all day long trying to figure this out.
It's not easy, I know.
Well, apparently she's trying to throw me under the bus saying that I contaminated it. Like, really? I've been your maintenance man for 8 months and this is how you're gonna do me?
Yeah.
I got sound legal on my side to back me up for that, but back to my comment from last week, did you get my memo?
Yes, I did, about the, making the money.
Yeah.
Every time, yeah. I don't know how we're gonna make paper, though. That's my only concern. I don't know how we'll make paper. but
I don't
This is
either.
not
I
a
know we can
comment, but
Print it.
I did get it. I'll respond back to you. I haven't responded back, but I got your
Do you want my
information.
email or do you have it?
I think it's on, I think I have it. So anyway, yeah, I think, I know it's hard, but you're gonna have to work with the county on the water issue if you have
I've been
concerns.
dealing with it for months already, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's dealing with the owner of the place. She refuses to shell out any money. She's from Bellevue, so go figure. I'm good, that's it.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
John?
you.
You're welcome.
Act on hold.
Yeah. It's not easy getting up when you get older, is it?
No, 69 is just a couple months away.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know.
That's it. Greetings and salutation, council members and mayor of the great city of Tenino. My name is John O'Callahan. I live at 1432 Sussex Avenue, right here in the great city of Tenino. A couple things I want to bring up real quick, and you've already talked about the memorial. It's at 11 o'clock on this Saturday, so please come down. Remember, these are people that have signed a check, a blank check, and then some of them had to cash that check in. So please come down for the inauguration of the new wall. This one's going to last a long time, as you know. It's made out of rock instead of wood. Works out a whole lot better. Second, I'm just about to be finally approved to be on the Veterans Advisory Board. With that information, I was able to bring information to the food bank. There's a $500,000 grant that we get through property taxes that we'll be handing out soon. One of the things that I told her about, so she's writing a grant, talked to the mayor, he's going to help write a letter. The VFW is writing a letter because they help a lot with it. It's got to be connected to veterans. One of the things I was thinking about is a few years ago when we were doing the wood money and we were using the wood money to help lower income people, maybe we can do a grant to help veterans with their water bill or something here, something that the city might want to think about writing a grant for. Like I said, if you write it, if you get approved this year, it's good for 2 years before you have to bring it up again. The e-bike board, thank you again for the recommendation. I finally got notification yesterday, last night, that they're getting ready to put everything together. I got a thank you for volunteering type letter. I have to verify my email, and so we'll see how that works out real soon. One of the things that I mentioned earlier is penalties for parents as well as the kids. So it used to be that if a kid got in trouble with their e-bike doing something stupid, it was basically a tongue lashing, and that was it. There's going to be some teeth put into this where the parents, because the parents are the ones that have to buy these things, a cheap e-bike that there isn't a kid on this earth that's not above 12 years old would want is about $800. That's for a cheap one, okay? For the ones that these kids want, you're looking at $6,000, $7,000. So the parents know what they're getting their kids. If they don't, and their kids get in trouble, the parents should be responsible for that as well. That's my opinion. It's not into law yet. It's pretty close to it for the class 1, 2, and 3. One other thing that I would like to suggest is Frank Hicks has worked on the memorial. Some people say 15 years, others say 12 years. Nobody knows for sure anymore. It's been that long. I understand that he's going to be, and I know he's not watching, so I can say it, he's going to be Citizen of the Year. What I would suggest is that the city put together a proclamation and present that to him, because he didn't do it for him. He didn't do it for the VFW. He did it for the people of this community that signed up. I think it would be a very good thing for us to do. Thank you for your time.
Any other? Pam, you have anything?
No, just as the planning commission on the ADU units for the short-term rentals. It's only on ADU units, it's not on Airbnbs. So there's a lot of good information from the last meeting that's online, from our agenda from last planning meeting. If you want to review that to see exactly what Melissa will be bringing in front of you for your approval for her to move forward on a plan for that. I meant to say that a little bit earlier. So to review that before she comes in, you might have benefit from that. She talks a little fast and she's incredibly smart, so.
Yeah, and I heard you came in. I'll try to get with you if you still want to meet with me. I heard today when I came in.
There's
Yeah.
some questions I have about the planning commission, and I was hoping you could give me some
Yeah,
guidance.
I'll get a hold of you tomorrow or the next day.
Okay.
Okay, nothing else. We'll move on to public hearing. We have a public hearing on the 2026 budget amendment. The public hearing is for public input and discussion of the 2024 budget amendment hearing. This public hearing will proceed in an orderly fashion, and I would like to ask your cooperation in the following procedure. Everyone present will be given an opportunity to be heard. The clerk will be recording what is said. Therefore, when you address the council, please begin by stating your name and address. Before hearing from the audience, I'm going to ask Nancy Reddick to present information about this project update.
This is the first reading, ordinance number 944, an ordinance for the city of Tenino, Washington, amending the budget for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2026. Whereas the council for the city of Tenino has held a public hearing on the fiscal year 2026 budget amendment, and now therefore the council does hereby ordain. And this lists Exhibit A, which shows the summary of the budget amendment by fund. There is also posted on the city website a detail of the budget amendment. So should you have any questions after the meeting, you can always contact me regarding that. The rest of the ordinance just details when and who the budget amendment needs to be sent back to and the effective date. So are there any questions for me before? No?
Okay. So, At this time, the floor is open for comments from the audience. In fairness to all in attendance, each person will be given an opportunity to address the council for an initial period not to exceed 3 minutes. If more time is needed, it will be made available after everyone has a chance to speak. I am requesting the council members to hold their questions of the public until everyone is done. Is there anybody that would like to speak on the budget amendment? One more chance. Anybody want to speak on the budget amendment? Okay. Seeing none, I guess I still need to read this. Are there any in the audience who would like to add additional non-repetitive information? Council members, do you have any questions of the audience or staff? No questions?
No.
Okay, the public testimony of this hearing is now closed. We will have the second reading and passing next month. Okay, the last thing on our agenda is the Quarry Pool donation. We were notified and got the money today from the Splash Bash Committee that they are donating $8,000, what's from the Park Foundation and Splash Dash Fund. In the amount of $8,000 for the city's Tenino operation of the City of Tenino Quarry Pool during the summer of 2026. The Park Foundation of Thurston is happy to provide a way for citizens of Tenino and the Tenino Splash Bash Committee to be able to contribute funds so that the City of Tenino Quarry Pool can be open this summer. If you have any questions about the request process, please contact Joyce or me. And this is from Pam Light and James D. Reddick.
I move to approve the $8,000 donation from the Splash Bash Committee.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the $8,000 donation. Is there any comment?
I would say that we, the city of Tenino, owe thanks to all those people who supported Splash Bash, those who provided items for auction, those who bid on the auction, those who just donated straight out. I talked to people about the pool, parents, who have a place for kids to go. Our park is kind of the jewel of Tenino, and that quarry pool is unique among pools everywhere. It's a great thing for Tenino to have. It's great that our community is willing to support it through the Splash Bash and the people who run the Splash Bash taking time and effort to create that additional little boost to the recreation of this town for ourselves, for our visitors. So again, big thanks to the city, the people of Tenino, and to the people of Splash Bash who have orchestrated this and enabled that extra little bit of funding. Thank you very much.
I want to thank Pam Light for chairing that for the last 4 years.
Absolutely.
This is her second time, and it's been a great success, and she works tirelessly for 2 years before we put it on.
Yes.
I have one, yes. So, one other comment. So that donation is above and beyond the donation that was made by the attorneys?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Yes.
sure because that's wasn't really raised at Splash Bash, but one of the volunteers had a big piece to do with that, so.
Absolutely.
Wonderful job this year.
My trustee, Jan Gucci.
Yeah.
I did bring that forward, and I thank her for getting her company to donate that $7,500.
Yeah,
And that they sponsor. I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn.
that's
but
okay.
I just
We're
wanted to say
okay.
thank you to her, and of course, all the donations. It was just an amazing event.
Yes, it was.
Good job.
So yeah, so thank you all, everybody that was involved. I think it seems like the pool's been so far this year, we've been having some great weather, I think. I know we've got a couple of days where we've got quite a bit of revenue that is like, wow, that's so it's, we'll keep my fingers crossed that we get a summer of a lot of good weather, but,
It'd be great.
and I think something we've changed this year a bit is we tried to be flexible with the days we're open. If we have people, so we're usually not open on a Monday, but these warm Monday days, as long as we have the lifeguards, we're trying to be very flexible with our opening. So I think that's going to help just our bottom line too.
It's 86 degrees outside like it was today.
Yeah.
You know, you need that.
And we're getting calls all day long. I swear, all day long we're getting calls. Is the pool open today? Is the pool open today? So it's going great so far, at least what I've heard. So. Okay, Let's see here, I got off my, lost my paper. I think that's all the business we have
That's it?
today. So with no other business, is there any comments or any announcements that need to be,
Come
anybody
to the
wants to make?
garage sale this weekend.
Honor roll,
We've got
dedication
Well,
on
oh,
Saturday.
public comment number 2. Sorry, we do have public comment number 2.
Slow on the response, but she mentioned something about having a cattle processing place at the agricultural place. Why not a recycling center? We have a lot of people in this town that like to do scrap metal recycling.
Mhm.
I know the owner of one of the biggest recycling companies in Thurston County. Personally, I've done a lot of work for the man. I mean, why not?
Okay. We'll take that into consideration.
Yeah.
I think it would help a lot of the community, you know.
Have some place to take stuff.
It's a place to take stuff that's not clear in another part of the county, and maybe some of the money could be used to help, I don't know, get us out of debt.
Yeah, okay.
We're like $1.8 million in debt, right?
Yeah, something like that. We're not
Maybe
gonna
a
count the
little more.
change, yeah. It's around $1.5 million or somewhere around there, yeah.
That man can pay it all in one check.
Yeah. Okay,
Seriously.
we'll keep that in mind.
He's been doing it about 40 years to the tune of $35 million.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all for being here.
Wait.
What?
I didn't do it.
One last thing. I haven't heard anybody say thank you. We have a guy here that's been with us for for well over 2 decades. This is his last week with the paper. Are you finishing? Through the end of the month? Okay. So you got 2 more weeks left. We'll
So
see
you'll be
him
here
today.
for the 28th then, for the next council meeting?
My last paper will be on the 29th, and my last day will be the 30th.
So you'll be here at the meeting on the 28th?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
So just wanted to make sure that we remember to say thank you to Dan. Wish him well in his retirement. And I appreciate all the friendship that you've shown, not just to me, but to the city itself. You all have a good night out
Thank you,
here.
Dan.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, hearing none, we are adjourned.
And he's on the